Biodiversity meaning impact, importance, and protective measures. Biodiversity is a measure that is commonly used when referring to Mother Earth and all its inhabitants. Bio, in its simplest form, means life. That's why biology is usually defined as the study of living things. Diversity comes from the adjective diverse, meaning variety. Biodiversity therefore describes the diversized nature of all life forms on the planet. That's used to refer to the different living things that inhabit similar environments and also interact in one way or another. A biological diverse environment has various species of animals, plants, and microorganisms. These species interact in the ecosystem within which they live. Biodiversity also takes into account the genetic difference that occurs within a species. Impact of biodiversity. Some of the impact of biodiversity on earth, human, animal, marine, and plant life, as well as agriculture and environmental, include the following. Earth. The planet Earth is home to many microorganisms, plant, animal, and human life. All these are interdependent and affect and the state of the planet in one way or the other. Loss of biodiversity could impact the Earth negatively, while a lot of it would make it thrive. It is therefore important to increase and protect biodiversity on the planet. Human life. A healthy ecosystem also means healthy human lives. Mankind greatly depend on the ecosystem within which he lives, and loss of biodiversity impact human lives negatively. It can lead to the bad weather, lack of food, and inhabitable ecosystem. Agriculture, which heavily depends on biodiversity, plays a very important role in the lives of humans. An increase in biodiversity would therefore impact human lives positively. Animal life thrive when there is no biodiversity in the ecosystem. Loss of biodiversity, on the other hand, would see them unhealthy and to a reduction in their numbers. Lack of biodiversity has led to the extinction of certain species of animal, and the opposite is true. Marine life. Just like humans and animals, marine life generally thrive when there is much biodiversity. It leads to the favorable habitat and maintains the natural order of things in the ecosystem. Loss of biodiversity could impact marine life in a bad way and contribute to a reduction in the number of species available. Plant biodiversity is also important for plant. Loss of it would make their habitats unfavorable due to the imbalance in the ecosystem. A high amount of biodiversity would make plants healthy by supporting growth and increasing their numbers. Agriculture. This heavily depends on a well-balanced ecosystem. Uh, Crops rely on rainfall for water, insects for pollutants, and microorganisms for fertile and well treated soil. Loss of biodiversity would there impact agriculture negatively. Environment. The environment also thrives and is much better when there is a great amount of biodiversity. Loss of it would lead to pollution and harsh climate, among other negative impact. Importance of biodiversity. A biologically diverse ecosystem has several benefits, not only the species living, but it is also in the planet Earth as a whole. There is a reason why renowned environmentalists as well as world leaders have for a long time been pushing for environmental conservation. Why is biodiversity so important? Healthy ecosystem. Earlier on we explained how different species living within an ecosystem interact with one another. A biological diverse ecosystem is healthy because the plant, microorganism, and plant will play their natural role to ensure that the ecosystem remains vibrant. An ecosystem that is less diverse has many disadvantages because the species within it will experience different limitations. As a result of that, there will be competition for the scarce resources available. Having a variety of species increase productivity and keeps the ecosystem healthy. Environment. There have been a lot of concern rise about climate change and global warming. A large contributor to this is the destruction of natural habits in the environment that is run affect biodiversity and contribute to climate change. Trees create ideal climates and attract rainfall, leading to an increase in the amount of rainfall experienced in place. Water is equally important for the existence of marine life. Microorganisms found in the soil increase fertility, making it easier for plant life to thrive. Dead organisms lead to the formation of fossil fuels such as oil, which has several industrial uses. Plants also clean up the air, reducing the travel of pollution and global warming in the process. All these show just exactly why a diverse ecosystem is very important for the environment that we live in. Sustainability. A diverse ecosystem ensures survival for all the species that inhabit it. This is because such an ecosystem has the ability to sustain the environment in different life forms. Present, every species that lives with an ecosystem has a role to play. So, in a situation where there is a variety and for one reason or another a species disappear, the impact will not be that big and the remaining species will still contribute to the normal functioning of the ecosystem. At the end of the day, the ecosystem is sustained. Interdependence. Species living within an ecosystem greatly depend on another for survival. Birds depend on plants for food, plants depend on birds and insects for pollination, while microorganisms eat decaying matter and also provide nutrition for plants. Human beings to consume oxygen released by plant and give out carbon dioxide to be used by the plant. This is even reflected in the food chain and cycles. It is this interdependence between species that make it very necessary to preserve the preserve the diversity of nature and the various ecosystem. No one species can survive on its own. Reserve for the future. Biodiversity is important since it secures the future. Because of sustainability, the younger generation and those yet to come can rest easy knowing that their world is habitable. There are certain types of species that have become extinct because the ecosystem were not conserved. It therefore become difficult to survive and as a result they cases to exist when there are a variety of life form continuity and through the future is preserved preserve and tourism. Many people travel to different places to experience flora and fauna that they don't typically interact within their homes. This is the reason why why tourism is thriving in area with many varieties of plant and animal life. An individual will travel to a foreign country on a safari to view different types of wildlife or even plant.